All right.
What is the next topic?
Valve is the new Wild West.
Oh, yeah.
This is your topic. What are we talking about?
So I know this is kind of old information for when this video goes live,
Who cares?
but it's whatever.
It's our show.
Apparently now, Valve, because of that game that came out where you can either be like the school shooter or the school police. I don't remember the name of the game.
So, okay.
You can either be the police taking them down.
Is that still up?
I don't know.
No.
Again, this was a topic from a while ago, so I haven't checked an update on it. But because of this particular game or the controversy around it, Steam changed their settings to basically be like, hey, we're just a market, we're just a source. We're not gonna like censor games. Like, we're going on whole freedom of speech thing here. If you don't like the game, don't play it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm all for it. I'm like, so
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough subject because it's like, I'm all for, I guess, the viewpoint of, yeah, put whatever you want on our stuff. But when it comes to games like that, that's when the question really comes down to moral stance of, like, if I'm now playing as the school shooter as if it's like a Dead by Daylight kind of scenario, is like, that's pretty fucked up. And I don't know if I can, like, totally agree with the way Valve is looking at that scenario.
Well, I think that game has been removed from
yeah,
Steam.
but that's not stopping other games to come,
yeah.
because now they're just like, well, we took that game off, but now we don't really care.
Yeah.
Because we now have updated our terms of it could do whatever. I understand where it's like now anyone can upload a game kind of thing. It doesn't have to be the AAA release.
Well,
I mean, Steam's never
it's-
really been
it's-
that way, but
No, Steam's always been anybody. If you can pay the fee,
yeah, you can put it
you
there.
can put anything.
But
on
it goes
there.
through a process of them looking at it, right? I mean, that's what you just kind of said, of where now
No.
they're not checking things anymore.
No, well, no. People would flag the games, or people would go.
Oh, and then
Steam
that's
would,
when Steam would go. Okay.
Yeah, and now Steam is just leave
Downvote it and
leave
it's
it
there.
up to capitalism to weed them out,
Okay.
basically. And I'm all for it. I'm a big advocate for freedom of speech. I don't care how bad one person thinks it is. I don't care how bad what it is they're saying. I think they are allowed to say it, even if I don't disagree with it. And so I'm all for this change. Sure, it's gonna probably put up a lot of, hentai games and things like that.
Because there aren't any now.
But
It's still weird.
know,
So are they
but the
going to
thing
allow
is-
that now? Are they?
I think so, yeah.
before it
No.
was like, was it Hunipop? Like
Hunipop?
that had to require an update for nudity, right? Like you could see suggested.
no, that was a different game.
No. Okay.
There
All
was,
right.
the nudity was locked. So you could basically, if I remember right, the game you're thinking of, you could download for free, or you can buy the game and you get the nudity unlocked. Or basically, the nudity was like a microtransaction.
Oh, because I know there was some games that were trying to deal with nudity of like, oh, it's just an update, or it's like, or it's a mod, but like the developers are allowing the mod.
Yeah, there was one. Yeah, there was another one where the game itself on Steam was censored, but then you could go to the developer's webpage and download the free mod to
make it
uncensor
nude.
it.
Yeah.
Again, like, it's not a game I would particularly play or care for, but if that's your jam, have at it. So, because again,
What about you, Ashton? What do you think of the scenario?
I mean, I agree with David. I mean, it's something, you may not like what's on there, but I mean, some people will look at it, well, Valve's terrible because they're making money off of, kids being shot up in a game. It's a game.
it's a video
It's
game.
a game. It's not real life, It's like the same thing with back when Modern Warfare 2 came out, where you go in, you're the you're
Russian.
undercover terrorist.
The no Russian.
Yeah.
And you have to shoot innocent people
I
in an
remember
airport.
that.
People were pissed off about that. They gave you, for publicity, they made it to where you can skip the mission. There's no achievements in it.
Well, they did that. They did that way before the game. That wasn't an update. That was in the game.
right.
But ever since then, Call of Duty has also done I think actually
shock
starting with
value.
Modern Warfare 2 was
The shock
this.
value.
There's the little thing of like, are you okay with viewing all of this stuff?
Yeah.
And then you say yes, and then you can play the game uncensored essentially.
Yeah. So I mean, it's stuff like that. People are gonna be upset. You can't please everybody.
Yeah.
But I mean, you have the option. You're given
Yeah.
the option. You don't have to play those games.
Yeah, I mean,
and the thing with with Steam and all the games that are now going to be available on Steam is like all the mature games. You have to have a Steam account. You have to be above the age to access these mature games. So unless you're lying, which let's be honest,
Most people are.
most
if
kids
if a kid's savvy enough to play games on a PC, they're savvy enough to lie.
Yeah, they're gonna probably lie. There's probably a bunch of people on Steam who were born on January 1st, 1970.
Yeah.
Or
well, now it's
it is.
2000. You can say 2000 now.
So
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, like Valve puts like those measures in place to like age gate the stuff, but again, there's super easy workarounds. But then again, like you have to choose to go there.
Yeah.
I
think it's very much kind of goes back to the episode when we talked about ESRB. Is like the rating system is now there is no rating system now, but unless they classify it as a mature game, but there's this sense of like, I don't know. I'm also one of those people that, not stepping away from like the moral stance of it, I don't like when just random garbage is thrown onto a store, like the eShop for Nintendo right now. There's a lot of trash on that shit. Like it's just so bad.
No, Steam used to be worse.
But yeah,
but it's better. But it's not perfect.
I just hope
better than what it was.
I just hope that because of this, that there isn't that. So, but there already is stuff like that. There's some pretty garbage games on Steam.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just hoping that, there's that situation. For me, I'm just one of those people that's kind of like that. But, I mean, again, I'm kind of split on it as well as, I see where you guys are coming from, and I totally get that, and I agree with it 100%. But then it's like, if people are just going to abuse the fact that they're not watching you anymore, like mom's not watching anymore, so I can do whatever I want. Like, I really hope that you're still making art for art and not the fact of like, fuck you guys, like I'm just gonna make this game.
They
now.
weren't. Hair in my mouth.
Well, this is like really puffy, and you do have
it's
stuff around you.
It doesn't feel like a facial hair.
Oh,
pubes.
No,
I mean that would be pubes.
Yeah,
facial hair is pubes.
Yes. When you will finally be able to grow facial hair, you will.
Wow! Wow! You
That's
just got
right.
shot.
I am aging gracefully. Thank you very much.
Whatever. I'll
Yikes.
just live through it. So even before this terms of service, like they didn't review any games or anything. You can just post as long as you paid the fee to post games.
And then
you can
when
post
you
games.
flagged them, that's
and then they would get flagged, and when they got enough flags or whatever, then they would step in and either remove. Well, they're just not gonna remove them.
Yeah.
Which I think is
whatever.
which
You
I'm
just
fine
become
with.
Newgrounds. That's essentially what Steam is going to become now.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's what
doesn't bother
Newgrounds
me.
used to be, a little bit different than what it is.
Oh,
And then now it's like tentacle porn and everything else around it. So, but yeah, I mean, not saying it wasn't there before. I'm just saying now it's a lot more like that. But anyway, there's, I don't know. I'm curious. Hi.
Jesus.
I was wondering what was hitting me. I was like, is that like, I thought it was, I was hitting this, but I guess I kind of rubbed against his head.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Oh.
So anyway, to wrap things up.
Yeah.
You're full for this. You're full for this. I'm still kind of, but I don't care. Like, I'm also on that.
Yeah,
edge.
wait, that's the
I can freaking do anything.
Yeah, yeah.
Valve's going to do whatever they want.
Yeah, no, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
The only reason why I'm for is because I'm for, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And
Good.
and if people want to put their piece of garbage game on there, then let them and let us, the gamers, just bash on it then.
Yeah.
And then although it'll probably, it's free press and all that, but still, let's just let us decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? No? All right. That's the end of topic number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, you have made it all the way through the end of episode 18 of Bitcade. It was a long one. It was a 2-hour one.
Mm-hmm.
Funny enough, it's only 45 minutes longer than it normally is. So, anyway, if you guys want to listen to this, you make sure you head over to iTunes. For you Apple listeners, you can go and search Primal Target. This podcast will be there, hopefully, at some point in time, but it's there. If you never want to miss an episode, make sure you subscribe to us right here on YouTube. And
check out this guy on Mixer.
Yeah.
Oh,
this guy on Mixer.
Mixer.com/Primal Target.
Links are all in the description below. Mixer is the first link, so you click on that. Go follow us over there. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Make sure you tell us what your big E3 thing was. I know this is like the full episode.
Yeah.
So, or the third part episode. If it's the third part episode, you don't know what to talk about. But it's a long episode. It's usually how the E3 ones go.
Yeah.
But it's over now, and we must move on to the rest of 2018.
Episode 19.
Yep.
Make sure to smack that like button like a fat ass.
That's Ashton for you. Go hang out with him.
Yeah, if you
on
want
Mixer.
more of that.
Yeah.
I also stream there too every so often.
If that's what you're into.
Yeah.
This
Lord
guy's
knows
got
we
you
all
covered.
Yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll see you guys in the next episode. Good night, everybody.
Bye.